Going on, great people? Terrell Harris here. Today's question of the day is, how exactly do you overcome rejection? So for those who've been following me, or for those who haven't been following me, we are planning a church. Our goal is to have our first worship experience in September 2016. I also restructured my business to focus on digital marketing and social media. And in doing so, there's been a lot of rejection on both ends. And oftentimes, not oftentimes, every now and then I wonder if I made the right decisions. I consider quitting, and it's become stressful. And what I realize is there has to be a process in overcoming rejection, because otherwise, I may be subject or pushed in a mind state where I would want to quit or give up. So this is the way I overcome rejection. First and foremost, we have to understand the ratio of rejection that we're going to get on in each area. So for instance, starting a church is not going to be an easy task. Oftentimes you'll be rejected. And I actually think about how many times Paul actually must have been rejected in sending out letters. We don't know how many letters of his actually got crumbled up. We only realize or know the letters that actually made it into the biblical text. As it relates to being an entrepreneur, you're going to send out tons of proposals. You're going to send out tons of emails. You're going to call people. People are going to ignore you. Some people are going to accept your proposals and some people won't. And once you put in perspective, how success happens in the area you're trying to achieve, or what you understand how often people fail in that area, that'll set you up for a mind state to be ready and prepared for the rejection that's going to come your way. But ultimately, your mind, body, and soul has to be in the right place. So for me, I have a process. Every single day, I meditate for at least 10 minutes. I'm actually up to 20 minutes now. And that eases the tension I have. So when I send out a proposal or something like that and it comes back void, I'm often able to snap back because of the meditation. And what I'm also realizing is when I start to feel tense, or when I start to feel, back pains or shoulder pains, I actually do yoga just about every day too. So that actually releases tension on the physical level as well. And also with the physical level, I am also exercising. So I exercise on average 2 to 3 times a week, whether it's running, lifting weights. The weight training has definitely actually been helpful. And as it relates to the body, as it relates to the mind piece, I'm also sure not to intake anything that's going to keep me in that's, I don't want to say depressed, but that saddened state. So if I know, a proposal hasn't went through, if I know people aren't necessarily jumping on board with the open box the way I want them to, I'm not gonna listen to anything that is sad. I'm not gonna listen to anything that may put me in a depressive state. I'm actually not even gonna watch anything that puts me in a depressive state. I'm only gonna intake something that's gonna lift my spirits, whether it's some educational videos on business, whether it's some educational videos on church planning, whether it's some educational videos on mindset, because I found that indulging in activities or indulging in social media or media that keeps me in that sad state, it makes it more difficult for me to come out of that sad state. So there's that, in a nutshell, is how I overcome, being rejected. You actually have to know going in the rejection ratio, I guess I want to say. And you also have to be sure that you're caring for your mind, body, and soul all equally. Rejection tends to attack one of those areas first, and then it kind of spreads like a disease. So if you're able to fend it off if you're able to fend it off in at least 2 to 3 of those areas, I truly believe that you'll be able to overcome rejection. I'm not going to say that you're going to snap it away real quick, but at least you won't be in a state of being, saddened for an extended period of time. So, also be sure to do something fun. That's the most practical thing. So once again, my name is Terrell Harris. You can visit theopenbox.com for more messages like this. If you're on Facebook, be sure to share the message, tag somebody that may need to hear this. And if you're on Twitter, be sure to retweet the message as well. Peace and blessings. Have a good one.